Guys, I have one question. It's very difficult for me. It's about a rocket. A rocket is fired vertically from the ground and its velocity at t second is given by equation v t 30 t meter per second. How far will the rocket travel during the first 50 seconds?
Okay, I can do for the question 1. So, as we all know, we have to solve questions relating integral application. So, for the question 1, it is about launching a rocket. So, this question is quite easy and simple actually, because this question uses basic integration. So, let me show you guys how to do it. Question 1. A rocket is fired vertically from the ground and its velocity at t seconds is given by the equation Vt is equal to 30t plus 40 meters per second. How far will the rocket travel during the first 50 seconds? First step that we can do is to visualize the situation. The situation is about launching a rocket. The question asks how far will the rocket travel in the first 50 seconds. After that, we extract all the information from the question. The question gives us the equation of velocity, which is 30t plus 40 meters per second, and it asks how far will the rocket travel during the first 50 seconds. From the question above, we can note that let st denote the distance from ground the rocket is at time t seconds after lift-off. So, s prime t is equal to vt. Therefore, st is an antiderivative of vt, which means st is the reverse process of differentiation of equation of velocity vt. Hence, st is the integration of vt. We can write the equation with respect to dt. This is a polynomial function. To integrate a polynomial function, we use a basic method of integration, which is the power of n, the variable, must be plus 1. And note that n must not be in a negative digit. By applying this method, we can solve the integration and we will get the answer 15t squared plus 40t plus c. After that, we have to find the value of c. To find the value of c, we have to substitute 0 into t, and we will get the answer c, which is equal to 0. Finally, at time t is equal to 50 seconds, we substitute 50 into t and we will get the final answer, which is 39,500 meters. So the rocket travel in the first 50 seconds is 39,500 meters. Okay, that's all the step for question 1. So do you guys understand?
Yeah. Azeem, I'm not clear about the tutorial 2. Which is integral product. Can you give me one example of the application of integral product, and you explain also how to solve it with step?
Of course, Dean. I'll be glad to help. I'll show the solution step by step.
For question 2, the estimated rate at which oil will be produced from a certain oil well T years after production has begun is given by this equation. This equation represents the total number of 1000 barrels per year. The question wants to find expression that describes the total production of oil at the end of year T. In order to solve the question, the first step that we must have is to let the term T as to denote the total production of oil from the well at the end of year T. Then, the rate of oil production will be given by the term T inverse. Thus, the equation will be as follows. After the equation has been simplified, the equation will be exactly like this. For the next step, we use the technique of integration by parts to evaluate its integral. So we will separate between u and dv. It will equal terms. After that, we will use the separated terms into the integration formula. After being simplified, it will be like this. Lastly, we have to determine the value of constant. First, we note that the total quantity of oil produced at the end of year is 0. So if T is equal to 0, then the constant value will be 10,000. Thus, the required production function is given by this equation.
So then, did you understand my solution?
Yes, very well. Azeem?
Okay, then in integrating quotient,
Yes.
there is a method called partial fraction,
Okay.
and I don't quite understand about that method. Can you explain one example of the question?
Very easy in integration quotient if you know the steps. Okay, so here are the steps of integration quotient. For the question 3, we learn about the integration quotient. So the question is find the volume of the solid generated by revolving the shaded region about the indicated axis. So the first step you need to do is to highlight the important words, which is volume, shaded, and axis. So this is the example of the equations. So write back the equation. This is equation of proper fraction. When the proper fraction, we not use the long division. Write back the volume of integration is a pi integrate y upper square minus integrate y lower square du. So write the upper lines minus lower lines. This is the reference, the upper lines and lower lines. So the lower line is constants, it means 0. To make easier, take count 3 and the power of 2 outside the integration. 3, the power of 2 become to 9. To make easier, integrate the blue color first. So to simplify, factorize the denominator. Use the partial fraction to solve it. So a over negative x plus b over x minus 3 clear the fractions, become to a equal x minus 3 plus b negative x. Decompose the expression and then you must clear the fractions. Also, we must find the constants. To make it clear, write back the equation and then find the constant by using elimination. By using elimination, you must substitute x minus 3. So x minus 3 equal to 0, x equal to 3. Minus 3 become to 0, so a can eliminate. So the answer for b is negative 1 over 3. After that, substitute negative x. Negative f equal to 0 and x equal to 0. So b also can eliminate. So the answer for A is negative 1 over 3. After you get the answer for A and B, substitute for the equation then you realize that positive and negative can be simplified. Positive and negative 1 over 3 become to negative, and negative and 1 over negative x also can be simplified. Negative and 1 over negative x become to positive. The next step is take out negative 1 over 3 outside the integration. So integrate 1 over x, negative 3 become to ln modulus x minus 3, and integrate 1 over x become ln x. Don't forget to write the upper and lower limits. Next step is substitute upper limits and lower limits into x. By using the law logarithm, you can arrange that equation, and it becomes to 1 over 3 ln 2.5 multiple 2.5 over 0.5 multiple 0.5. So the next step is rewrite the equations and then substitute the answer, become to ln 25 multiple 25 over 0.5 multiple 0.5. To make simplify, times 9 times 1 over 3 become 3. By using the calculator, the answer for volume of shaded region of x-axis is 3 pi ln 25 unit power of 3. So this is the final answer for the question 3.
Now I understand how to solve the question. Thank you.
Okay, Ruby.
Guys, we have one task. It is to interview the lecturer. So we will meet the Sir Heidi tomorrow. That's all for today. Thank you. Okay, Assalamualaikum Cik. Salam. Okay, I want to ask you two questions for the mathematics and calculus about the mathematics and related with mathematics. First question, I would you please describe the importance of mathematics in engineering technology?
Okay, basically maths is life. So, especially when involving in engineering, so mathematics will be the fundamental for everything. Not only you are not only learning mathematics for engineering, but you are learning mathematics to survive. In industry, there will be a lot of mathematics, either basic or advanced. It depends. So, personally, and I think a lot will agree with me that it is one of the most important subject for any course.
Okay, thank you, sir. For the second question, I would appreciate if you could give us some advice on our study to motivate us to achieve a better performance.
Okay, if you want the easiest way is, so every time after the lecture, you need to do and finish up all the tutorials given by the lecturers. That is the shortest way to be good in maths.
Okay, that's all, sir. Thank you.
Yes.